Jungle.
Welcome, everybody, to Tri-Virtual Roundtable. Today, we decided to skip the intro from Devlin because we don't have all day. And as all of you know, he will take all day. So anyway, I am Iceman Stan, Washington State. Doc.
I'm Doc Beside from New Jersey.
Okay, that's all we need to know. All right.
Go ahead, Devlin.
Everybody else knows the other guy already. So, go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Devlin.
Period. Go, Icy, keep going.
I'm ready right now.
Don't let him go. Now. So today we're talking about relationships.
Yeah. What are we talking about, Doc?
We're talking about relationships and how, I don't know, what's that show about? It's about
age. Does it really matter? Does it really matter nowadays?
We literally just talked about it.
Like, dude, I forgot. I knew something about relationships. That's all I remember.
It was like 10 seconds ago. You forgot already.
That's
but anyway, yeah. So we're talking about, does age really have a factor now? Was it a factor ever? Like the big age difference?
Yes.
Is it okay for an older man to date or pursue a younger woman, and vice versa? An older woman, cougar, I think they call them. I don't know. But is it okay for them to pursue younger men? Is there a problem with it at all? Are they all consenting adults? We're assuming they're adults.
Right.
So we're not, this has nothing to do with underage. This is just like 18 or over. But anyway, yeah. So does it really matter? I have a story. All right. So there's a singer, I can't remember her name, Britney Spears. I like this singer, Britney Spears. When she first came out,
say the word. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt you. Can you say the right word at the beginning?
Britney Spears?
No, the first word.
First word.
Love. You don't like her.
Oh, yeah.
Love.
I'm in like with Britney. So, but anyway, so when my mother-in-law, she said, I'll talk about Britney. She's like, she's so young. I can't believe you like Britney and blah, blah, blah. That's disgusting. And so then I had to look up how old Britney was. I'm like, she was born in 81. I was born in 71. It's only 10 years, right? She,
Yeah, what's that?
And she's like 10 years. Oh my God, that's disgusting. And I'm like, oh, I'm not dating her. I'm just watching her videos, right? Like, whatever.
All her videos.
All of her.
And I'm only getting her gum. Or
I didn't get her gum.
Oh, okay.
Someone else
Sorry.
outbid me for her gum, but
Okay,
I would have had it if I would have had like $1,000 some. But anyway, so later on, this is when she was single. My mother-in-law was single. She got with this guy, and he was 11 years older than her.
Ooh.
So
disgusting.
I said, Kathy, I think that's pretty disgusting that he's 11 years older than you, because that's over 10-year difference. And she goes, well, it really doesn't matter, my age. And I go, well, wait, you said it was the number of years that was the problem, not that she's 18 and I was, 28, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, well, it's just different when you're older. You're looking at the end of your life and you're thinking, I'm just gonna, I want companionship. And I'm like, okay, so that's back then. I'm thinking that's the rules then, right? Because if you're older, then it doesn't matter. If you're 50s and 60s, 70s and 80s, the time doesn't matter. It's only when people are younger.
Yeah, it's funny that you would say that, because we have some special guests today. We were able to get some younger perspectives today, and we're going to invite them into our podcast right now, because that age difference is, when you were just saying that calculations, they were kind of talking about us a little bit. And so I want to touch on that. But before we go there, Serious Consciousness, said it right that time, that says hello from New Jersey. Woo, woo.
Jersey.
What's up? If I'm saying the name, I'm probably going to say the name.
Wait a minute. That's not the YouTube that we played.
Yes, I know. Yes. I want to say No, Brandon.
Oh crap, Brandon.
Is it Brandon?
It's Brandon. I think it's Brandon.
Is it Brandon? Come on, you can reply and say Brandon.
I think it's Brandon.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Remember he said he doesn't want his name out there.
He said,
so I'm glad.
Yeah, he didn't say
you
that.
guys brought his name out.
His name is on his YouTube.
His name is Toby. It's Toby.
Is it Toby
McGuire? Yeah,
Toby.
he also played Spider-Man.
Let's take it Toby now.
Brendan is what he said, and he put it in there.
See?
All right.
Okay.
Brendan.
I was trying.
It's official. Brendan. It's on his YouTube channel. Why would he keep it secret if it's on his YouTube channel?
Man, you need to fix your camera. I know that.
Is it acting up again? That's because we got streamers in the house. All right. So I'm bringing Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Cindy and Emma in the house. Woo!
Where's
You,
the
thank you.
It's
applause?
By the
coming.
way,
Give me a second. I had to click them in there. All right. There we go. Woo! All right. So we have Emma and Cindy, a couple special guests today. They decided to join us and give a little younger perspective or kind of get their thoughts or view on it. So Icy, you got any questions? I'm going to let you start off.
let's go.
You kind of put me on the
I
It just
know.
went
spot.
right back to you, right?
Okay, so
I
all
know.
right, so all right, I'll ask this question because my daughter, she's 19, she's going through this herself. She's a little younger than you two. But so when she's looking on her dating sites and friends and stuff, she doesn't have a problem with them being like 24. She's like, that's not bad. And I'm like, well, you're 19, right? Now, when she was 18 and looking at people that had graduated from high school, I'm like, that's way, now she's a CNA, she's doing her own thing, and she's looking at, and I think that's still wrong. But then again, I think that if they say what they say is true, women mature more, and like the men, like if they're in the same level in their life, then I don't think there's a problem. But if he's got his own, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that's what, for me, I'm worried that she's going to get with someone who's already like out of college, working hard. And then it's like, or, doing her own thing. I don't know. It just confuses me. I think maybe 24, 25 might be too old for her to look for a relationship. What do you two think?
That was
Well, was there a
loaded.
question in that? Was there a question?
Yeah, there was a
That was a
question there.
lot.
There was a,
There's
I
a
know.
lot
Yeah.
to dissect
Yeah.
there.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
We're just making bullet points.
I
Like,
guess
oh,
I guess no. I guess the question is, what do you see an age difference when at your age? Is there an age that you would say no way, that's too old, being your age? And I don't, you're gonna have to
And
say
be
your
careful.
ages, I
And
guess. But
You have to be. Oh yeah,
state
can you
your
guys
age
let
too.
us know? Oh, and if you don't mind, introduce yourselves a
introduce
little bit
yourself.
and let us know if you don't mind giving your age and a little bit of what you do. We'll start with Emma.
Hi, so I'm Emma. I'm 24. I work at a public utility, and I'm also in a committed relationship.
Okay.
All right, Cindy.
hi, I'm Cindy. I currently work at a urology office in the admin side, and I'm currently single.
All right. So back to Iceman's questions.
Now remember it.
So what's your view on that age difference or your if where's that cutoff for in your mind? So we'll start with Cindy this time.
So one of the things I do agree with is that, and I don't know if Emma will agree with me since she's another female here in the podcast, but I believe females do grow quicker mentally. Um, So once you get out of the high school, I feel like you become independent or you tend to become independent. So you have a quicker mindset of like, okay, we got to get things done. We got to keep growing. We got to keep progressing. I don't know if men have that same mentality once they're out of high school, but I feel like whenever I speak to my friends who are females or my coworkers, like that's the mentality that I get. That being said, it's very loaded. It's a very loaded topic, because
It
there's
is.
just so many different
Yes.
scenarios. So in this
Mhm.
case, like his daughter is 19, but she may have already a faster growing mentality. Therefore, she might not interact that well with other 19-year-old or like early 20-year-olds. So she might need a more mature person. Um, but it varies on the scenario. If we're talking about like a 20-year-old being with maybe a 40-year-old, like a 20-year-old is still in college, they're still figuring out their life. A 40-year-old already has to worry about a mortgage, is already on their second car loan, who knows? So it varies
Third wife.
on,
Maybe have
yeah, third
kids.
wife.
Yeah.
Maybe already have
Maybe
their
have
own
kids.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
depends. Not their age does matter, but as well as where the person is mentally and where they are in their life. Like there might not be so many things in common if they're in different stages of life.
Mhm.
So
All right. Yes. Thank you. Emma.
So I agree pretty much with all what Cindy said. But I think the best ways to kind of summarize it too, and to more broadly think about it, is it really comes down to experience. So think about like how young you are at 19 and how the experiences you had. When you're that young, you're a lot more limited on experiences versus someone at 24, 25, 30, and 40. So I think that's where it kind of plays into the differences in age gaps and why people may say it doesn't matter further down the line. Because further down the line, you've had more of a chance to have similar experiences, even if there's a age gap from 50 to 60, 25 to 35. You might have had more time to have experiences, but at like 19 and 24, you've had a lot less time at 19 to have a lot of those experiences. I also think, but I personally wouldn't want to date 19-year-old me. That was an entirely different person, and I'm 24 now. So I think
Right.
just when you're fresh out of high school, I know like it's relative to who you're around. So out of
Mhm.
high school when you're like 18, 19, you're the oldest of your peers. So you kind of come at that like, oh, I'm older, I'm
That's
mature.
true.
Right.
Then you
That's
kind of go to a
true.
different age group in college
Yep.
or in the workforce, you're young again. So it's kind of relative
Right.
to your experience and the people you're around too. So in terms of like 1924, if they're a similar experience of they're both working, they both maybe haven't had that much relationship experience, but those experiences can create an imbalance. So someone who's 24 looking into someone 5 years younger than them might be looking for someone with less experience in the dating
Mhm.
world because they might know that there's certain boundaries that they can push versus they just might have.
Taking advantage of someone.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where
Mhm.
Right.
experience kind of like that broad
Right.
topic narrowed down of
Mhm.
just like create power imbalances of just someone might not know better. So I think the younger you are, the tighter the age gap should be, simply because you just haven't had much experience in the world yet. So at 19, you're still figuring out yourself and what you like. And at 24, you're going to be much more comfortable and know yourself a lot better.
Well, I think just to add to finish that little part up, but like when my daughter, some of her friends that were from high school, the guys, they are not, they're not even caring about going to work on time. They're calling in sick when they want to. They don't
Yep.
even work. So it's like she's already grounded. Like, I went to school, I'm a CNA, I'm already working, I'm transferring to a new job to better myself. So I wouldn't want her, I guess, to date someone who's 19, I
Right.
guess, thinking of it
Exactly.
that way,
So
because
she has the
yeah.
limit to up to about 30, right? Is that what? So
No,
if she
no,
brings like
That's
a
what you said
no,
off
that's
air.
what I
That's what
heard.
you
no,
said.
Exactly there.
no.
20, what,
Said
27,
55 is her
28.
cutoff.
What's
That's
that?
exactly where that experience factor comes into play of in that like category of experiences. She is ahead of much of her peers. If
Mhm.
she has that CNA, she is working and she is a lot more like put together than most 19-year-olds. So in that sense, she might connect more to people who are older than
Right, like
her.
30. Like
No,
27,
Not
28.
necessarily
that,
30,
Like,
but I would
you
thank
say
know.
you.
22 to 24.
Oh,
You
that's the number.
on
Oh,
24 is the limit.
24.
like
Like,
So
Oh, I'm
so
thinking
yeah,
like 28, 29. Because
no.
I think because Tay Tay's pretty smart. She's
here's the
pretty
thing.
advanced.
I know
Tay
me
Tay's
at
pretty
24.
advanced.
I know what I was like at 24. So I look at that like, oh, Taylor, you might be in trouble even with 24. Like, so
Yeah.
that's what worries me.
Well, Mike, never mind.
Yeah,
Your
thank you.
24 is a little different than other people's 20. No, I'm just playing.
so
Doc,
so
what do you got? Yeah.
so okay, what I got. So okay, so I know you guys have a bunch of friends. You have your own personal experiences and stuff like that. But I know you are around people that actually are a little older. Sometimes Cindy, where'd Cindy go? There she go.
Sorry, I
Come on,
couldn't hear
Cindy.
you well.
Oh, she's trying to hide.
So she
Nuh-uh.
trying to jet.
Yep.
So
He's like, that's enough.
damn, Mo, what was my question? Oh yeah,
They
okay.
got
So you
friends.
guys,
They're working with
so
older people.
yeah, what's there now? I have a 21-year-old. I have a 21-year-old and a 22-year-old. So I'm not gonna bring it up. She'll curse me out. Listen, so what do they say about, because there's a lot of older guys that go for younger women and stuff like that. So what do they say, what's out there, what's going on? Like, has a guy ever reached out to one of your friends and she was like, ew, like
Wait,
you
why you
too
go
old?
that direction? Why
Or
don't you
or
ask
you,
them first?
or
Why don't
or
you ask for
or
you.
them?
hold up, or have you had friends that was like, oh, he's older, let's see what's up, and he was a lot older, and you may have been like, I'm not so sure about that. However, no, so what do you through your friends,
Mm,
what have you seen out there? Like, what's
nice.
going on? Come on, Emma, you go first. Come on, what you see?
I would say personally, I feel like I'm a little on the wrong end of the spectrum. Most of my friends are also in committed relationships, but we have had plenty of people, as young women trying to hit on us. And
Hmm.
of course, as I think a lot of it comes behind of intention when like an older gentleman, particularly, or an older, like someone maybe like 5 to 10 years older than you is hitting on you when you're younger, it can at times feel validating because you're like, oh, I'm being noticed. But if you think about it more, you're like, why is this person who's that much older than me going on someone who's so young?
Right.
Versus, and like, I don't think, and the vice versa of someone younger looking for someone older, I don't think either side necessarily may have the best intentions. Because I know when you're a bit younger too, and you're looking for someone who's like, I think what's very popular with like younger people generally is looking for someone who has more money. It's a very
We were, yeah,
I don't think it's the
we
only
were getting
thing.
to
I
that.
think it's very common, but
Right.
it's just things like this. It's like, why are you actually going for that? Like beyond the age, what is the difference? Because I know younger is a lot like more naive, a lot less knowing a lot less about the world, or not having like total control over all your assets yet, too. So like, there's different things, and I don't think either of them are
Intentions.
necessarily great too. So for both of those perspectives, it's like, what are you trying to really get at? Are you getting to someone who's like maybe you can have a little more power over, or are you getting to someone who could provide for you too?
Older guys can afford Applebee's.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Cindy.
Let me get to a chat real quick before Cindy.
Hold on,
Real
hold on.
quick.
Okay.
Real quick. Cindy, Mindful Energy Healing says hello, seasoned folks, which is
Is that
Hello.
Gloria?
yes.
Is that Gloria?
That's
That's
Gloria.
Gloria.
Yes.
That's
Look,
Gloria.
versus
I'm like,
Gloria.
Gloria.
Bruh, she gave the signal, seasoned folks. Yeah, because we're seasoned. And again, serious consciousness. Thank you.
Oh my God. Get this
Shut
man a
up.
dictionary. Hooked on
Circon.
phonics.
Circon.
I'm gonna punch. Okay. All right. So Cindy, your turn.
so
What's
when
going
I'm with
on?
my coworkers or with my friends, I don't think I've ever really encountered a friend being someone way older than them. Maybe just by a couple of years, but nothing too big. But whenever they have been flirted by a way older gentleman or woman, it's always like a funny joke. Like, haha, like I had someone
Old man.
older.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
like I had an old man sort of looking at me or
damn.
flirting with me.
Duh,
Uh,
get
Damn.
and
What
then,
shit is that?
Hold on.
What
I
stuff
gotta.
is that, man?
No, I'm gonna be all right.
then
I'll be all
they're-
right.
it's like for
Let
the
me
funs
just
and
cry.
giggles. Um,
I thought Applebee's
but
was
they
it.
always take it like a joke. And there's like,
Damn.
oh, like that's a little weird, but haha, like a fun moment. Sorry. But that's the most I've experienced.
I cry
I
on the
know.
He
inside.
goes,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
it's
I'm
internal.
fine.
It's internal crying. Don't
I'm
worry
gonna
about us.
cry. Yeah.
Don't worry about us
Messed up.
old men over here getting crushed. Don't mind us.
And I am happily married and
Yes.
everything. So
Yes.
I'm not out there looking for,
Yeah.
a wife or nothing. So
Right.
All right,
That
keep
is
going,
so
Cindy.
funny.
Sorry.
No,
Amen
it's
to
okay.
God.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never encountered much of like those type of situations, and whenever I have, it's always just to like make fun of, and like if we did ever like think about like, oh, what if you do get with that person? It's always like, yeah, the money question comes along. Like, oh, are they stable? Like, can they support me because they're older? And hey, the economy's rough, so there's always that possibility. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So I
I
said
guess to each their
Applebee's.
own.
Yeah.
But I agree 100% with Emma. I think what she emphasized, it was definitely true. But I don't know, maybe it's just my coworkers and friend groups. We just laugh about it.
Yeah. You hear that, Doc? They
That's
just be
jacked up,
laughing at
man.
us. You hear that?
Man, her
I think it's
her
you
phone need to
definitely
go
just
out again.
you
So
you
listen.
don't take it as seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
you
your
no,
don't.
no, I
peers.
understand.
She
I
got-
totally understand.
Yeah, we
that's
don't.
interesting. That's
Cindy,
interesting though.
it is. Oh, it's perspective because because I do have some other guy friends that are around my age that are single or that have dated and stuff, and when they go after a younger and they just kind of laugh it off and joke it off. And he'll say something about whatever, and that's the other side, guys. He's laughing at you. They're laughing at you, man. They're laughing at you.
I
Unfortunately,
feel
yeah.
though, shoot your shot, man.
Yeah, go for
That's
it.
all I say. Go for it anyway.
So hold
You
up.
might
So
be
what?
you might be talked about later and laughed about,
Yeah, but go for it. You
For
might
every-
At
find
least
true
you made
love.
I
us.
know.
At least it was a good laugh. At least it was a good laugh.
Hell,
You made
you
someone
made
happy.
somebody's
Cindy
night.
just keep
Yeah.
going. Cindy just keep
You
going.
made somebody's
Wait,
night.
will you mute
Yeah.
her?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you guys
Yeah.
invited me.
I know exactly. That's what we want. No, he's fine. Don't mind Doc. He's just mad because he's
So,
the only single one of the bunch.
I know
okay.
Go ahead, Doc.
No, I say, why we keep talking about older men? What about the older ladies?
Yes, the
I
cougars
know
in the
you guys don't
house.
have that experience now.
Advocate.
Stop acting like they don't go for the
Yes.
younger guys.
Yep. All right, let me
Now,
get to the chats real quick. I gotta say, yes, it was Gloria here because you forgot
I
it
didn't
was
forget.
Gloria. No, I'm just playing. All right, and I agree with Emma. This is Brendan. I agree with Emma. Age from frame ultimately depends on maturity level, where you are intellectually. Yep, I agree. And then hold on, Honey Bear Catherine says, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Nope, welcome to the party." And Real World VR and the Heezy Foshizi. You only live once. That's what
She smoked.
Nice.
Smoke said
Nice.
that. Said that.
yeah, that's what no, not Chief. Jesse with an A.
What?
So yeah, no.
Canadians.
But he's saying you only live once. So for those
Shoot it. Yeah. Just like
But there is a
Hamilton.
level though,
Just like
right? There
Hamilton.
is a
Right.
level.
right,
So
right.
so I think most men, we think about it like there is a level. Like, somebody my age, and none of your business what that age is. But anyway, somebody my age,
Old as hell.
82.
doesn't really want to talk to anybody in their 20s. We just really don't. But then there's a reality. Let's say you're hanging out in Vegas, and you're hanging out in Vegas. Like, in what circumstances, like, does it really matter in Vegas, or what
Well,
happens
it
in Vegas
depends on
stays in Vegas?
depends on what you want though, because if you
It's
want a
Vegas.
relationship, I know what I'm saying is if you want a relationship, then you're not looking at the girls in Vegas for that. You're looking at for one reason, right? And that's a
And what's
different
that reason,
situation.
Iceman?
I don't know, whatever the reason may be. Like you want to play cards with them? I don't know. It's poker? I don't even want to play poker. Strip poker? I don't know.
but no, hold up. Did I have a question? Because I forgot.
All right. Well, while you're thinking of it, I got
You were
some
talking
chats.
about okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
was say you were talking about the reversal of older women to younger
Oh yeah,
men.
yeah, that was it.
All right, hold that thought. Remember it, Doc. Let's see. Kathleen Newton, hello. Gail here.
Gail.
Let's see. L.
Hey, Gail.
Jackson says,
Gail.
yeah.
Latoya.
So she says, young ladies, please live your life, explore the world, and figure out who you are. The people you date in your 20s will likely not matter in your 50s. Bam!
Or
Unless
they're
you're
dead.
dating someone in their 50s.
Well, yeah, okay.
Good math.
And Brendan said, follow your heart. And Jesse said, Jesse's single like Doc. And hey, Jesse's in the house.
Single like
All right.
Doc.
And then sometimes, this is Brendan. Sometimes other head is good for
No.
just
Why
Why are you reading that? Why are you reading that?
I didn't scan it first. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I didn't scan that one first. I didn't go too far with that. All right. But you guys got it. So Doc, older women.
No, Emma. I'll start with this. Well, I don't think guys care. Like, if we're like 20 and a 40-year-old's like, what's up? I think we're like, we don't. I don't even think we're laughing. We'll talk to our friends later, but I don't think we're laughing.
Yeah, no, it's not a convo on our side.
Yeah.
Speaking of the older women, though, they have shows like Desperate Housewives that there are a lot of the older women that have a lot of money too, and they go after like the gardener, they go after the the bus boy, and they so there are cougars out there that do that. I'm just impressed with that. Yeah.
I think sometimes like gender does like blind us from like looking at things critically too. Because sometimes I know like women will like who are like in their 50s going after people in their like young 20s get overlooked because it's like, yeah, girl boss.
Well, they're celebrated. It's
Yeah.
almost like they're
a little bit.
celebrated.
Yeah. And
That's true.
it's one of those things where you have to be like, it's at the end of the day, regardless of gender, it is a power imbalance that is happening of like experience
on either
and
side.
most of the time money too.
Yeah.
That is like being used over a person. So I think at the end of the day, like the old versus young always comes down to, is there a power imbalance happening here?
And I agree on that power imbalance, but again, there's a power imbalance that could go both ways because again, if there's a older guy that's not able to do things or date or as well, and he does have that money, and that female is using that for her power is to get his money and stuff as well, and uses her whatever to be able to use that. So a lot of times, yeah, well, I wasn't
Well,
going
because a lot,
judicial system. I was going more towards using the man for his money and as a power for her as well, because it can be used as
yeah,
power for a female as well.
yeah, because younger guys know that older women might be lonely in certain ways, just like the older men, and women can manipulate the older men just as easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it could easily go both ways.
Right.
Mhm.
What you think, Cindy? I know. She
I'm
wants
just
to say
enjoying it. I'm
something. I
just
can
like hearing
see it.
all this out.
No, I can see she wants to say something. Come on, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy, what you think, Cindy?
Cindy's like,
I
I'm dating an 80-year-old. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What you talking?
no,
Right?
I'm so my mentality went first, like what you guys had mentioned first is like, how does the society really disperceive all that? And yeah, if an older guy is hitting on a younger girl, it's seen as creepy and weird and like, ugh. But if an older woman is seeking out a younger man, it is more like clapped at, like, wow, you go, girl, like go
Right,
ahead, get
right.
that
Girl power, girl
rejuvenation,
power.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
see
go
you
get
trying
That's
to
that
like
young
become
guy.
like
Go
in
get
with
that
that's
young
like
guy.
yeah,
multiple men, right?
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's
And
definitely more cheered out
like,
for, but
Yeah,
mhm.
what's that
I
all
think
about?
regardless of the gender, like it's still the same scenario. It's everything that we talked about should be applied regardless of the age. But that's just my mentality on it.
It's like
No,
perception in
great.
society, right? If a woman has multiple men, it's looked at as bad. If a man has multiple women, it's like, yeah, oh, you all
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Well, I think
society's a
That
bit nuts.
perspective, yeah.
Well, I think Devlin brought something up earlier, and I'll let him expand on it. But there is a thing where we're discussing why they're doing that, right? But there are younger women that's what they want. They don't want a long term relationship. They want to be with someone that has money that can give them a lifestyle that they can't get with their peers, right? So they may say, I understand that this guy's 55 years old, but I don't care. I'm going to give him what he wants because I want what he's got, and that's two consenting adults. That's what you were saying, Devlin, right?
Mhm.
They're adults. They can do what they well expand on. I don't know how
No,
you said it.
you're nailing it right on the nose. So yeah, something like that.
What do they want, Iceman?
No, what I'm saying is they both want something.
What are
She
they?
wants money,
Like,
and
what
he
is
wants that some
I will
younger
say,
person.
there is
I don't
What? I'm sorry.
some
what does he
some
want,
younger
Icy? What does he
what
want?
does he want?
companionship.
He wants the young what is it?
Yeah, just a young companion. That's
Oh,
all.
but the age, the
Yeah.
young, but what about the young? What is it that the young
She wants money. She wants to be able to say, I can drive around this car, I can drive into this, and if it means me hanging out every once in a while with them, well, what do you think OnlyFans is doing? That's what they're doing. They're catering to old men that they're on their computers, that they're like, I'll send you private messages, and that makes them happy, and they send them money. So it's the same, except it's only on the
dating?
computer.
Dating's a
It's
little
I'm
I
just no, I'm
think
saying
dating
man.
is a
No,
little
no, I'm saying
different
the
than
man and woman.
OnlyFans.
No, I'm saying the man. I'm saying the age
I'm just saying,
differences.
I don't
You got
know.
a
I
you got a
mean,
19-year-old bop girl,
yeah,
right? And she's
exactly.
or whatever they
Hey,
call them. I don't know what
I
they
see.
call
That's
them.
another podcast. All
Yeah,
right, so
and then can
all
I
right,
can I go?
let me get
Well,
to the
I got a
chat real
problem
quick.
with the camera. Problem with the camera. Sorry.
Let's see. Oh, I almost read that one again. Oh, I meant to read this one because Doc's got in trouble. Vegas, seriously? You know who
Okay,
said
I'm
that,
sorry.
right? You know who
I
said
don't
that?
know.
Your
My mom?
mom. Mm-hmm.
Crap, man, my
Yep.
mom's on the show.
Yep. Yep. That's your mom. Talk. Uh-huh. All right. And Honey Bear said maturity of the person is more important than the age. I agree with that. Alex, the St. Bernard lover, says, hey, everyone. What's up, Alex?
What's up,
What's
Alex?
happening? And then
Shut
Honey
up.
Bear
Shut up.
said, I have dated several younger men and
Oh,
I am not
you go,
wealthy.
girl.
That's not my mama.
I detest the label cougar. Ooh.
Man, that
Oh,
better
Oh,
be my
okay.
mama.
Okay. So Honey Bear, no, it's not. That's Honey Bear, I said. But what Mama Rose, you out there in Arizona and the
Hey,
pool guy that comes over. I know
oh,
Doc came over and helped you with the pool and all that stuff. But when the pool guy comes over, I mean, would you be willing to date him if he was so
my
Mama
mom ain't
Rose,
dating no
oh,
pool
here we
guy.
go. Oh, I thought she already said something, so all right, I'll leave that alone. And then
Oh,
Jesse
back to
said
Emma.
great point, Emma. And Catherine Honeybear said you are, I have to scan this first, you are a disgust,
Ooh.
or you are discussing a certain level of
Oh,
society where money, my
Yeah,
eyeglasses,
you gotta
just
reread that.
stop
You
it. I
gotta
know. That's
reread
why I said
these.
I got to
Yeah.
read this. Money is
I was
important.
sure it was gonna be about me though.
Many
Disgusting.
times
I was sure it was
has
gonna be
nothing to
about
do
me.
with money. Yeah. So she's saying it has nothing to do with money. And Mama Rose said no, not even close.
Oh,
No
good.
pool
yeah,
guy.
mama. Yeah,
That's
Well,
mama,
right.
no pool guy. That's
No
what I'm
pool
talking
guy.
about.
so
Yeah,
can I
yeah,
bring
right.
up
No,
this fact
yeah,
also
yeah.
that in our as humans, right? Men look just biologically, they look for a woman or a female that can reproduce, right? That's what that they look at it and they go, this person biologically says that they can reproduce, and that's the order of the species, right? And women also look at older men the same way, like they are more established, so that's a better fit for their children, like biologically. Now I've heard this like a lot. They say that that's what biologically you look for is that. So is that a factor, do you think, anymore, or
I think
just out?
we're like as a society and just as like humans too, kind of way past like scientifically the whole kind of the monkey brain of biologically what is better, what is not, because we have made so many advances in science and like engineered the world around us to our survival, right? And like almost overcome natural selection via that. So I think that kind of stuff has like fallen to the wayside quite a bit. And
Okay.
so some of that stuff may be true, but there are things of well, like, I think on the side of woman, it's like, while biologically they may be able to, like, carry a child and stuff like that, they might or, like, be able to, like, conceive. The getting through the rest of the pregnancy and delivering is, like, harder when you're younger, and there are actually, like, things that do get easier as you get older. And there are a lot of, like, myths around that stuff too that get kind of pushed around as facts. I think the whole younger is better from that standpoint isn't always necessarily true.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cindy,
Oh,
come on. You knew we were coming to you.
what you
You
thinking?
knew. You
Um,
knew.
I agree with Emma. Like there are a lot of scientific advances nowadays, so that might not be a huge issue anymore. Um, but while we were just you guys were discussing about this or mentioning this topic, I was thinking of a story I just recently heard. I was in one of my business
Oh,
classes, and my professor was we were just discussing about like becoming an entrepreneur and what that may um
Mhm.
how you can become like pretty much just owning your own business and what are the pros and cons of it. So in the story, he knew of a friend at that time who had gone through college and was just solely focused on making as much money, making his own business, pretty much making his own name and his own fortune before he decided to even seek dating. After 18, once he got out of high school, he went straight into college, finished college, made his own business, created his own profile. And by the time he felt stable and successful, he was already almost in his 40s or going into his 40s, I should say. And at that time, he had been so much focused on making a living for himself and for the future he wanted. He was already retired and everything, that now he was seeking that family orientation that he had postponed for so long, but he couldn't look for another 40-year-old because at that age, most likely that's not going to happen family wise, reproducing, right? So he looked younger. Eventually, he did meet a 28-year-old, who they matched and they started having a family. So in that case, like, nobody in the class, like, we weren't talking about reproduction or we weren't talking about whether or not that scenario is
Right.
okay or not. But in this case, like, how would you guys feel about that? Like, would a 20-year-old be okay to be with a 40-year-old? I mean, they were both looking for the
28.
same things. 28,
Right.
Right.
8,
And
28,
they're adults.
not 20,
Well,
28.
28 or yeah. But
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
it
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on, Icy. You were going.
no,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
I was just saying that they are older. I mean, she's 28. She's mature enough to make a decision. She's not 18 years old where she hasn't had any life experience. So,
Right.
and they're both consenting adults, and he's at an age where, like you said, he's successful. He did all this stuff. Now he's trying to find, and it's harder. Like you said, his age group, his peers, they're either just starting motherhood or they're just starting, they're in relationships already. And so
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to find where he can find
That
that
connection.
connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
think
in that
I
case,
think
like
it's
there was a 12-year-old age gap, but they were both at a more stable or mature place in their lifestyle, and they
Right.
were both seeking exactly what they both wanted, which was
Right.
start a family.
They
So
they both
So
knew
there's
what they
those
want out of it.
there's those particular situation. So when you first hear about the situation or whatever, your first initial is like, oh, there's a big age difference. But then when you get some context behind it, you're like,
right.
oh, well, okay, that makes sense. All right, well, all right, that makes sense. So it kind of changes your perspective on that
Mhm.
initial shock of, oh my gosh, 12 years. And then you're like, oh, but there's a reason.
Well,
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
then,
Well,
but the
well,
tough thing
I
is,
got a question for
mhm,
Doc,
mhm,
or
mhm.
were you gonna say something, Doc? I got a question
No,
for you
no,
after
no. I
you
got a little
go.
story, but go ahead. You go.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you do it because I got
Oh,
a question for you. Yeah.
So I think it's important. Well, the problem that he may run into, because it's difficult to find somebody, because just the way the world is now, that matches you. So I wish him luck in that relationship. I hope they're still happily married and stuff like that. But
She's
sometimes,
looking for security too, though, is what
right,
I'm
she's
I'm
looking good.
imagining.
But no, I'm
She
just
wants
saying the way
security, and
what.
she's getting that.
No, I get that, but what percentage? 60%, 70% in the divorce marriages and
50.
stuff like
I think
that.
it's
So
50.
it's 50? Okay.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, it's sometimes it's tough to get it right. And when you have that first one, sometimes people like, for example, I had a patient of mine, a very, very nice lady. She had been married multiple times. And she kept kind of like we were just having a conversation. I knew her years ago. I haven't seen her in a while, but I do remember the distinctly conversation. And we were just laughing at her how she was making poor choices and getting and guys that she chose to get married. So she had to do it multiple times. So she ended up marrying a guy, and I made a joke out of it, but it was lighthearted. We were having a good time with it. So the guy had one eye and couldn't read. So my thing is, so no, no, why y'all laughing? This is the guy she chose. So we're why you laughing?
I'm not laughing. I was the lights in my eyes.
I
The
say,
guy had
couldn't
the
read
guy
as
had
in
he
like blind or illiterate.
well, I mean something happened with one of his eyes, but I'm sorry, man.
Doc, you know I'm blind in one eye.
I
You
know.
know I'm
So
blind. I'm
so she
blind in
had
one
been
eye.
so we were laughing.
You're
Like I said,
talking about me.
That's why I was laughing.
I
this was
know.
years ago, and I just haven't talked to her, but we were just cracking up in the office because I'm laughing at like all these decisions. And I don't remember the British guy because she had been married a couple times. And I was like, and oh, I remember it been like the second or third because she had said he was the opposite of her previous. Like the other guy was all stiff. This guy was cool. And obviously her first husband had both his eyes and he could
And
read,
you can
right?
read, right?
So
Yeah.
so so I was like, why would you put yourself in that position that to marry a guy with one eye couldn't read? And they basically said that, they would they just needed some type of change. And I guess all around is where I'm going with is when you're older, sometimes if what you laughing at, man?
Go
Stop
on.
laughing at the guy, man. You
Go
don't even know him. So the point is that when you're older, even then you don't know what you actually want, and that was her decision making process to figure out exactly what they want. So I guess my little advice to Emma and Cindy, as you grow, and I know Cindy's getting married for sure, and Emma too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
Cindy for
Cindy,
sure.
she's been
I
a
Cindy's
little,
mean,
like,
earlier
what?
so
when we were
you know,
talking to her,
so
she was
you
so
know,
excited when we brought up the marriage thing. She was
I
like,
know we say
marriage.
younger people, make sure you take your time to really um, see what people are about and make sure you make a decision not based on pure emotion, but practicality as well.
Mhm.
Because I'm thinking if the guy couldn't read, like, what if y'all go to the restaurant or something? You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
helping. He helps her. They're
How did he get through his
together.
vows?
Huh?
Well,
How did he get through reading his vows?
oh, he has to memorize them. He's
I
got
ain't
this
memorized.
down. He's
Yeah,
got
I
this
think he
down by
memorized them,
now.
but
He used
or he
Yeah.
just
AI.
made it, or
He
he just
used
made it up.
AI. No,
Yeah.
he used AI robot
Yeah,
typing it in.
I got a few chats here. And I did want to touch back on what Honey Bear was saying about the fact of not having the money and still wanting a younger person. So it's not always about the money. It's there's also those other physical needs and wants that some people want. And from the younger or regardless male and female, either side. So it's again, if a younger person wants to be with an older person for whatever reason, and then a younger or an older person wants to be with the younger person and they meet somehow, I don't see where there's a disconnect or a problem if that's what they both want, and because of their needs that they might have. So their individual needs.
Well,
Well, hold on. Let me read the chat. I know. I was waiting. I knew you had an opinion.
No.
Alexa, set alarm for 1 minute.
I'm reading the chat.
1 minute alarm set for
Ugh.
5:43 p.m.
You know what? Let's see. Yes, Honey Bear said, how many times have you heard older women say it shows that they had more fun with the younger man than they had with the men their age?
See, but men could say the same thing back.
Right.
It's exactly the
Ooh.
same.
Yeah, it
Men
is.
could say I
Yeah.
had more fun with the younger woman, like,
Mhm.
but that's looked down upon with society,
Right.
more so
And then
than the other way.
Yep, I agree. And that's kind of what Cindy was talking about. Yeah, I see her over there smiling. My second husband was 10 years my senior, and age was not a problem. Alcoholism was. Okay. So
Yeah,
exactly. So age might not always be the problem. There might be some other issues
there
going
could
on.
be some drug
Yeah.
issues.
And so Mama Rose said, not funny when I was laughing about the eye guy, and I was laughing at Icy because he only has, his eye is,
thank you, Mama
So,
Rose,
yeah,
for
thank
sticking
you.
up for me.
Maybe she
Alexa,
Thank
needs.
you.
turn off.
I'm gonna get an eye patch. I'm
may-
getting an eye patch.
and Mama
That's
Rose,
it.
maybe
I'm
she
gonna get an
doesn't
eye patch.
have the confidence to do better. Yeah, you're right. There's some issues that she might have. And also, Gloria earlier said, good point, Cindy. I don't remember what she was saying it about, but she was saying a good
All
point.
of her points were good. What are you talking about?
And we have to thank Gloria for
yes.
helping us get
I'm gonna,
these
yeah,
wonderful
we
guests.
will. And she also said, that's what made me remember that. It is not until you learn love yourself, then you can fall in love with another. Exactly. And that was from Gloria.
Emma would agree
Oh
to that.
no,
Emma
that
would.
wasn't from Gloria. That was from Brendan. Sorry, Brendan.
Yeah, but
My God,
Emma would agree
sorry
to
about
that. I
that.
can see that.
Honey Bear is a great lady. That was from Jesse. And some people need to be, this was from Latoya, I think her name was.
Latoya.
Latoya.
Latoya Jackson.
Yes, Latoya Jackson. Some
Good shit.
people need to do some
Didn't know.
work on themselves before dating and marriage, but
So-
people aren't ready for that conversation. Yes.
I have a question real quick. It was Jesse that said the honey bear was like
A great
really
person?
good. Yeah. So aren't
A
they
great
both
lady.
single? Aren't they both single? Jesse. is
I think
single?
that's what he
Ooh,
said.
Jesse and Honey Bear.
Honey
And
bear.
he's-
I don't know.
And he's
Could
kind
it
of
happen
young.
on their
He's
podcast?
not, I don't think
Yeah.
On our
he's that
yeah.
old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesse and
love
Honey Bear.
connection. There you
Matches. That's what we do.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
what we
talking about.
do. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anyway,
We're gonna ask you guys about marriage
back to you,
too.
Bob. Back
And
to you,
back
Bob.
to you, Bob. We got 15 more minutes, 15, 16. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you
All
guys
right.
think about marriage?
My question was to Doc.
Oh.
We,
Well,
we,
go
we,
ahead. I'm
we've
sorry.
gotten the younger perspective. We've talked about old and new. We're
old.
Well, hold
That's
on.
messed up, man.
No,
That's
but we're
messed up.
married. We're
That's messed up,
married.
Iceman.
We're
That's messed
married.
up.
You're
They
out
ain't gonna put me in
looking.
that.
Hold
Don't
on.
put me
You're
in
out
that.
looking.
Don't put
What
me
I'm
in that.
saying is, what age would you look at is too
Don't
old
put-
for you to go for, or
I'm
too
too
young
old.
for you to go for?
Oh, well,
Yeah. See, wait.
said too
Yeah,
old?
I'm glad you asked that question, Icy, because I want to hear.
I want to hear it too.
Yes, I
You
do
got a
want to
little
hear that.
defensive there.
so
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I'm financially stressed, so I'm looking for myself a good 95-year-old that got a check. Steady
See,
income.
there you go. Well,
He's like,
honesty.
I mean,
I
That's
since
love
you
got me
it.
by like
asked,
40 years.
he's like, since
I
you
love it.
asked.
Since you asked.
Some
Yeah.
old widow that
Look,
has a
All right,
couple
what's the
mansions.
youngest, Doc? What's the youngest?
Does it, no, I didn't hear that. So
What's
talking
the youngest,
so,
Doc?
so the older one I was talking about, and I'm saying she don't talk too much. She's probably in a walker. So I can leave the house without a whole bunch of stress. I get a nice, house is probably paid for.
Come on, Doc.
So I'm looking for about 95.
What's the youngest? What's the youngest, Doc?
Youngest what?
That
Oh,
you
my
would.
youngest daughter?
No,
My youngest daughter is 21. And
Wow, deflection.
my next one is 22, should be 20.
You know what? If I had to, okay, since he's not going to answer, this is my opinion on Doc. This is my opinion on Doc.
He's not wanting
Honestly,
to answer, huh?
I
Doc?
would say his youngest would be, I would say 30. I would say 30.
You'd say
and
Doc's
no
30?
more. No. I would say the youngest he would go for is 30.
Right.
because he doesn't want anything young where he's got to explain what the but they're before internet, what that was like. He don't want to explain that, right? He's like, I'm into VR, I'm into crypto. I need someone at least to knows a little bit about the world, but he don't want someone more. So I would say only 10 years older than Doc.
Oh,
He
right.
don't want anything older because he still wants to be able to. He's a doctor after all,
Right.
so he wants to get in on his boat and go around and sail around. So
I
he
got a
really
boat.
don't want the walker type.
Yeah.
He don't want that. He wants about maybe 10 years older, maybe.
Yeah,
tops.
30. Yeah, 30. I can
Thank
see.
you, Iceman.
Yeah.
That's why I like you better than the other guy. Thank you, Iceman.
I got you. I
No.
got you.
Appreciate you.
We'll just go with Icy's. I'm gonna concede. Icy, you're right, man. I think you're about right. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Cindy,
All
Emma,
right.
doesn't it look like he has makeup on his head? He does.
Devlin has makeup. He definitely
Yeah,
does.
look how
Quality
smooth it is.
camera, you know?
Look how
No,
smooth
that's
that is.
makeup. Look at that.
Stop.
Look
You
at
know
that.
what? I got it. Hey, you know,
Sephora is one of our
I got
sponsors.
a new.
Sephora
Shut
is
up.
one of our
I
sponsors.
got a new razor. You know, that hairy razor, and I tried that out.
Oh my!
Nobody's
And
head
I
is that
tried
damn
it,
clean,
and
bro.
it works really good. It's actually I don't use makeup. There's no makeup on
It's
my.
Mac. It's the good
You can
stuff.
keep
Hey,
saying that all you
you
want.
keep
Go
saying
ahead.
it, you're
Keep on
lying,
saying
bro.
it.
We know. Cindy, Emma, what do you guys think about
What do you
marriage?
think?
Definitely some
Marriage.
matte foundation. Definitely
Yeah.
some matte foundation. Yep.
Oh.
Better than mine.
Yes. Yes.
No,
He's got better
stop.
blending than
Definitely. You
mine.
know it. Exactly.
Stop.
Look, I'm all
No.
splotchy. You could tell, like this natural. You know, Iceman natural. You know,
Some we
look
can
at
see
that
the
No.
that
grease,
crap.
but for Devlin, it was definitely matte.
It's smooth. Look at it. Just because you
Oh
wear the
my
good stuff.
God.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look your best and a little touch.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go, Devlin. There you
So,
go. There's nothing wrong with you using makeup. Don't worry about
Absolutely
it.
not.
so how's the world changed as far as like marriage? Do you see young
Yeah.
folks talking about, hey, we're getting married tomorrow, you know, really into it? Or is it kind of like, I've seen too much divorce court?
I think it really depends. I feel like marriage, especially, has such huge, like, kind of cultural kind of expectation. So, as someone who's like from a metropolitan area more, I feel like in like more metropolitan areas where it's like a much faster pace of life and different expectations. And as a woman too, I have a lot more of my own agency. Marriage is something that's much further down the line. But for people like,
Emma, you're in a relationship right now, right?
yes,
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. Okay.
yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're all good. So marriage, I think for people more like busy lifestyles and have other goals, like they have other dreams beyond marriage, um, and their relationships. Marriage is something that's maybe kicked down the road a little bit, and there's a lot of other milestones
A
come
lot
for
more
that.
now.
But other parts of the country, other cultures, or even religions have different emphasis on marriage. So if you're sometimes, I know people from rural areas, there's a bit more of an expectation of getting married younger, starting a family younger. So it greatly depends on where you are, where your family's from too. So I know
And
like
religion is a big one.
religion
for you,
plays a
right?
part of it, depending on whether or not like certain religions may believe certain things can't be done before marriage. So I believe that's a huge factor to why people get married so young, is because that marriage is almost a barrier to certain other things as well.
Yeah.
Huh.
Cindy
Look at
has
Cindy.
something to say. You
Look at
saw
lips
it?
all
I know.
her lips all tight.
Let me
Cindy's
What's
like,
up,
let
Cindy?
me
Cindy
speak.
getting married.
let me
Cindy's gonna
Let
get
me
married.
loose. Let me loose. I saw her.
Sorry, Emma. This
No, I agree with what Emma, her points of view, I completely understand.
No, she don't.
I agree with it. No, I do.
Like,
I can
like
only
mine's like
speak on my personal beliefs and
Mhm.
my
Go
personal
ahead, Cindy.
experience. So it's
Go
not
ahead,
that I'm
Cindy.
against it's not that I'm against marriage or
Mm-hmm.
anything. I think it's beautiful. I
Mm-hmm.
really do. If there are two partners that join together and they make it work and they find commitment within each other and happiness and they get a marriage out of it, amazing. I would be completely happy for them.
Here it come. Here it
Mhm.
come.
In,
Here it come.
in my
Mhm.
all right.
situation, and I can only speak for myself, is that I prefer to heal. I know that I carry, even though I'm only
That's
24,
different.
I carry a lot of baggage. I
Mm-hmm.
carry a lot of emotional
That's different.
stress. I'm not even financially stable. I have yet to choose what career I want to do along the line. All I'm doing right now is getting, an hourly check, getting through the day and going home and going to sleep. So it's not that I'm against it. It's just it's so much stress that comes with it. It's so
Mhm.
much anxiety right
The world
now.
has changed
And
a little bit, yeah.
yeah, and there's so
Mm.
much, the world is changing constantly that I just feel like I can't keep up. And I prefer to heal myself and go through my healing journey first before I even am able to find someone
Right.
um to continue with and to grow with. So that's just where I am at right now, but I can change my mind later on. So,
Okay. I know it's
Yeah.
off subject
You
a
go,
little
Emma.
bit. It's off
Messenger.
subject a little bit, but like I know someone who's like 50 and she has young kids because when she was younger, she dated and she says, "I'm too selfish of a person to get into a relationship where I'm going to have children. I'm not going to have children young." And she knew that her children would almost come second to herself.
Right.
So she waited until she was at a part in her life where she says, "Okay, I'm done doing what I want. Now I'm ready to give myself to a family."
right.
And so she waited till way later. Like, I mean, I knew this person. I thought, never have kids, never have kids. She'll never get married. Like, it's just not in the cards. But it at a certain point in her life, and like I said, she's like 50 with young kids. So
I think
that
that's
was her
also
decision.
a
Kind of like
super
what you were
respon
saying.
I think that's also a super responsible take she took as well, because then think how much better those kids' lives are now that they're
Right.
much more wanted and desired too.
Mhm.
And also now that she has more money, she can spoil her kids because she's
Right.
like too.
Yeah.
And give them some more
And,
attention and stuff.
and
Yeah.
let's be
Mhm.
clear. I have been married. I don't know if I brought that up. And this is
What?
funny that we bring this up on today. Today's my
What?
ex-wife's birthday.
Yep.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
happy
Dominique.
birthday! Wait,
Yeah.
Yes,
Happy
no,
happy birthday,
birthday.
no,
Dominique.
or
And
yeah.
my behind
Yay! Happy
Happy
birthday to his ex,
birthday.
and
to
I
Doc's ex.
and I
Yeah.
sent her some happy birthday gifts. So what do you call them? GIFs? What are those things called? Gifts? Yeah,
Gifts.
that's what they're called. Anyway, so I sent her those, and I sent them like 1:30 in the morning.
No,
So
you did.
I'm no,
You
We
so
were
did
I'm
on the
not.
no,
phone.
yeah. There you go. Yeah. So look, just and marriage is tough. So even though I'm not with my ex-wife, and that was just because we just had differences that obviously just things didn't work out. But wonderful woman that did a great job raising my kids. So I can't take that away. So even though I talk all the stuff I talk, I've had the experience and it was wonderful and there was some great times. So happy birthday, Dominique, and I want to give you a shout out. Thank you.
Woo!
Wow.
Shout out, shout out.
Wow.
Nice. Hold on. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. That was my
I don't
birthday
think
song.
we're legally allowed to sing happy birthday,
That was
right? We have to like get the
mine.
right.
But
I
now,
know,
That's
I
why
know.
I did an
I
edited
wanted to
version.
sing it, but I was
I
like,
didn't want to.
I'm
I
not
didn't want to
allowed.
get
wait, is
out
that a new
there
law?
cease and desist. I didn't want
Old
to get a.
copyright.
Yeah.
We don't want
Is
our
that an
podcast
executive order I
sued.
didn't hear
Yeah.
about?
You missed it. All right. I
Trump
see.
said,
I see. Can
"No
you
more
tell us
happy
about that?
birthday." What?
This executive order? Can you tell? No, I'm just playing.
No, no.
We got some chats real quick. I already did that. Let's see. Oh, to Jesse said he was laughing, laugh out loud.
Oh,
And then
because of
my
the
mom has a
Catherine.
check and she's 96. I'll introduce you. That was to
Yo,
Jesse.
I'm
That
down.
was to
I'm
Jesse.
down.
Just
Whoa,
throwing that out
whoa.
there.
She's Canadian
And
too.
yeah,
You
he's
you
Canadian.
go,
Yeah.
Doc. You go, Doc.
And Mama Rose said, really? And Iceman's in Doc's head. Great assessment. Yeah, he was all up in there when he kept pushing about Doc.
That
I
sounded
know.
wrong.
I
Don't say
know.
it like
That's
that,
right.
please. Don't say it like that.
And Honey Bear said, thank you, Real World VR. And
Oh
Brendan
boy.
from
Oh
Serious
boy.
Consequences, he deleted his message. Uh-oh. What'd you say? I missed it.
Oh.
Ooh. Brendan said something. All right.
And, and I was gonna say Emma said it's another world. Like I know, so we're Tri-Virtual Roundtable. Speaking of which, people who are print or watch the broadcast, what is it? Follow, subscribe, and
Oh my gosh, you're
what's
so
the other thing?
Is
you're
it?
There's
so
another
bad
thing.
at this part.
Yeah,
Man.
but what's the other thing?
Patreon.
Like,
Really?
Like,
share,
So
and
ask for money
subscribe.
first.
subscribe.
Lo-
Like,
Like,
share, and
share.
subscribe.
There it is. Like, share. See, when
I
you get
know
older, you don't
Cindy
remember
and
the things.
Emma, they're already following our YouTube channel now.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot what I was
Hold
gonna
on. Let
say
me
again.
look. Let me
Can
look
you
them up
check
here.
again just to
Hold
make
on. Let me
sure?
look up and see if
Because if not, we've got to boot them
Oh,
out of the
I got it.
podcast.
yeah, we gotta, there's, guidelines we gotta go by. But yes, our
Oh, no,
Patreon.
no.
Please go to our Patreon. We're 3 broke old dudes, we need your help.
If you
Um,
if you want
I'm
to see
marrying
the
seniors. I'm available.
if you wanna see the after show that we always do, that's
Oh
on the
yeah.
Patreon.
Yep, there it is. All right.
So
Again, go to our tri-virtualroundtable.net to go to see all of our socials and all of our information. Again,
Can I
tri-virtualroundtable.net.
say something technical real
yeah,
quick?
go for it.
Technical, go.
Go for it. Go for it.
Ready,
Okay,
go.
I was just after the podcast, make sure nobody hangs up right away
Right.
because we have to make sure everything is downloaded correctly for the
Yeah.
podcast.
You
That's
think Devlin would have said that, but he ain't gonna
I
say
just want to say because
But thank you, brother,
yeah,
for
you're
taking care of
welcome.
our podcast.
So
Hey, listen,
Emma,
so
Cindy, yeah, don't hang up right away
I'm gonna hurt both of them.
once we
Emma,
end
All
it.
right.
now this is going to be a shout out to Honey Bear. The reason being
Uh-oh.
my mom was in there too. We did her last, and I see you were in there. Very very meaningful topic. She was talking about abuse and stuff like that. So Emma and Cindy, one of the reasons we're Tri-Virtual Roundtable, and like because we've met in VR, and one of the podcasts that's being done in Better Horizons is Catherine. What is it called?
Honey
I
Bear
always forget.
Catherine's Haven.
Honey Bear Catherine's Haven. And it's like you have all these discussions, and we were talking earlier about why VR is just so many things you can do. And she had a great discussion. My mom was in there, and there was Iceman was in there. There's a few other people, and she had a panel guest, and you'll be amazed at what you can do in VR. Because I know Cindy, you're saying you have to heal, and there's a lot of things you're dealing with, and you'd be surprised how VR can really help with that. And for example, Catherine's show and VR in itself and the social interactions. I know it sounds crazy. Everybody
Mhm.
thinks these little headsets are for gaming, but look at these guys. Look what I established right here with these guys. I met them on the platform
Th-
Multiverse.
Thank you
Uh,
for establishing all this, Doc. I just want to say
Yeah,
thank you.
appreciate that.
yeah, yeah, no worries. But
Yeah.
we really, what I'm saying, like I'm professional sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And this is not, and everybody watching this is non-alcoholic. This is butterscotch,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
butterscotch
Stop.
soda.
Take out the butter.
Cindy thought it was some scotch or something, some
Take out the
Uh-huh.
butter. Take out the butter.
some bourbon or
That's the
Um,
bourbon. Is that
I do
bourbon?
want to say Catherine's podcast. It's on Fridays at 4:00 my time.
yeah, you
Pacific.
guys do the math over there.
7
Yeah.
East.
Pacific
But-
Standard.
But no, I was gonna say is what's good is like even though they're avatars with VR in these environments, the people that they're talking that this real life, like they're actually pouring their heart out in her podcast.
Yeah, it's
And
amazing.
it makes people think. Yeah. Also, Alex was in there too. He was in that last
And
podcast.
it's a
Right.
barrier, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to be in person. You can have your avatar. You can have instead of Emma, you could be Susie Q, right? And you
Right.
can go to these things and
She's
you
not
can
Susie
go
Q.
and
No,
really
she's not.
what is that a bad word? I just said that.
No,
No,
she's
it's
just.
not.
I
Okay.
just don't
Oh,
put
oh.
that together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So no, I'm just saying a fictitious name, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you can really talk. You can really talk to people and non-judgmental. Nobody's looking at you physically and judging you and stuff like that. And you can really have some great discussions. I mean, and we've really come together. And you'd be surprised how many people have we've gone into a room and just had a conversation and just between us and just kind of help
Chop it
people
up.
through. So it's
Yep.
really chop it up a lot.
Mhm.
And that's a really amazing thing about VR. One of the many aspects. So we want you guys to look more into that.
Well,
So-
I
so
have a
check
question
this-
for
oh,
Cindy
I got-
and Emma real quick.
Okay,
Well,
I'll
hold
forget.
on real quick.
Remind me.
Oh, I'm not going to remind you.
Okay, never mind.
ahead.
Go
ahead,
go.
Devlin.
No, you'll forget. Go.
I
Married
won't
couple.
forget.
Married
What was I
couple.
going to say? No, I know what it is. Do you guys listen to other podcasts? Your age, podcasts are big for the younger crowd. Is there things that you actually like listen to podcasts about relationships, or you just jumped onto this one? This is your first podcast experience?
I know it's Cindy's first.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
This is my first time. Yeah, this is my first time doing any type of
Yes.
podcast at all.
Yes, that's not her.
I love it. So far, I love it. It's fun. I've been in like group therapy, so it sort of feels like this. Like nobody's
Oh, that's
judging
that's
you.
We're
Everybody's like,
therapeutic.
Nice.
yeah. So there is like a therapeutic sense to it. So now that you're
Yeah.
mentioning the VR headsets and
Mhm.
being in a group where you can just talk things out and
Mhm.
get different point of views, like that's totally what I
Yeah.
totally what I like to get into once in a while. because you always just need to talk some things out.
So you
Glory
were,
And
to
like you
God.
said,
you were,
you were into like healing, getting
that's where
yourself
I was
healed
going
up.
next. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
VR would be actually a good space for that.
So speaking of which, so Brendan from
Emma, I was
Serious
asking
Consequences.
Emma, she didn't answer.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
trying
about to
not
say
to
that too.
forget. So
No,
Emma,
Emma goes next.
okay, go
Emma goes
Emma.
next.
I would say this is my first podcast debut as well.
Woo!
I tune in occasionally, a lot more comedy stuff to different podcasts. But no, this is definitely my debut.
Yay!
Okay.
Welcome,
Alright.
welcome, welcome.
And
And
who's better?
so speaking of which, the therapy
Better host.
side, Serious Consciousness, they
Yeah.
do the what is it called?
Oh, the
The
sound.
sound
sound.
therapy.
So
Sound
Yeah.
therapy.
so that sound therapy, we're going to create a room and an environment that has his videos and Brendan's and his stuff in there, so you can go into that in room and you're in a full immersed VR room where you're able to have that type of therapy inside of there. So, and
Yeah.
you're talking full immersed with the great surround sound, so you actually feel like you're in the actual environment you're in. So Brendan, it's coming. So don't worry. We
we're
already
working
got you
on that.
dialed in. So
Yeah.
that's the healing side, and there are a lot of apps and different things that you can download for actual therapy. You can go into meditation rooms and all kinds of different environments for that healing that you were talking about that we all need. So,
Mhm.
and
Doc brought us into some of those in a previous podcast.
yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
So, and with colors that are in whatever mood you're in, and it changes your mood and all this different stuff. And it's really cool. So, for those of you out there, again, we asked them earlier if they were into VR and they were like, no. But Cindy did say something that was really cool. She said her younger brother or sister?
Sister.
Sister.
Yeah, her
See
younger
who listens,
sister.
Cindy?
Yeah,
See who
shut up.
listens?
Her younger sister in biology class is using VR headsets for class in for her biology class. So, which is pretty amazing. You know, it's getting out there. More people are starting to see the use of it and how amazing it is. So, I just real quick before we go anywhere.
Latoya as well. Latoya Jackson that's listening.
Yeah.
She actually just reached out to me, and I'm going to call her and talk more about
Latoya Jackson. Okay,
the education.
there's really a Latoya Jackson we're talking
Yeah,
about. We're not
Latoya
talking about
Jackson,
the Jackson, not
Yeah,
Michael
Well,
Latoya.
that's
Jackson, right?
yeah.
Right.
No,
Not that
but
one. Okay.
So Brendan said, "Thank you guys. I appreciate your ability to reach out to others who are not familiar with VR." And Doc Jesse's put a bunch of laughings, and he's laughing at you, Doc, because you're a pretty funny guy. And then Honey Bear Catherine said, "Thank you guys." And then Brendan said, "Also looking into the VR world. VR meets sound." Yes, that's right. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. That's what he
we can
said.
do that. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
definitely do
so
that.
we're gonna get them all set up. But again, that's Tri-Virtual Roundtable. We're all about VR as well and the connection side. Thanks, Doc, for bringing that in.
Yeah.
Back to you, Bob.
Back to you, Bob. We're gonna have a Halloween. This is my mask. I'm not gonna show you because it's special. We're gonna do a Halloween. I don't know what we're gonna do. I just made that up at that particular
I
moment.
think my Biden mask is coming soon. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Really, I
That's
see.
an old podcast, so you know it really. Really.
Or Obama. I could do an Obama.
Yeah,
mask.
either one. You know.
Really?
Yeah. No, I can't do Obama. Sorry, I gotta do Biden.
Oh, blackface. You know we're
I didn't
racist
say-
again.
I didn't
You
say
know we're
that.
racist again.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
And so, oh
I
my
don't want to
goodness.
do black mask. I don't want to do
Black
that.
man.
Yeah.
So we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Well, what did I want to
Cindy.
say?
Cindy,
Yeah,
Emma,
Emma?
you guys,
Yeah.
any
Emma,
final
guys.
comments?
Final thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah, final
Bring us
thoughts.
home. Back to you, Bob.
We'll start
Come on.
with Emma, and then we'll close out with Cindy since she's so excited to be here. You know, and
Heck
she was-
yeah.
she
We're gonna have
she
you guys back,
volunteered
too.
right out of the gate and said, "Oh, I want to make sure I'm on camera." So we'll go with you,
Oh,
Emma.
she did. I didn't hear that.
She was
Heck
extremely
yeah.
insistent on it. All right,
We had
so
to do
go
our
on, Emma.
makeup. Go ahead, Emma.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Final closing remarks is when it comes to dating relationships, check in on what your expectations are, what the other person's expectations are, and that'll save you a world of problems from the get-go. And
regardless of age.
regardless of age will factor into those expectations, but know what your expectations are. Relationships are inherently transactional to an extent, so know what you're putting in, you're getting out. Thank you guys again
Bingo.
for hosting.
You're very welcome, Emma.
The transactional, that was a great word for that.
Yeah.
For this podcast, really,
Mhm.
because
Right.
because the age difference is transactional is great. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
All right, Cindy, you're up.
Cindy.
No, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be part of this. This is a first experience, and it was very, very fun communicating with you guys and getting to know everybody's perspective. Um, I just go by the motto like always love. So always bring love first into everything and be kind to
Amen.
others. And it's really up to individual what they want to do with their life, who they want to be with. Um, as long as you're happy. So
We're
Boom.
gonna have you guys back.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
will.
We're
if
gonna
there's
have you guys
another
back.
topic
Yeah. Would you
Hey,
guys be willing to come back?
yes. You
Sure.
two pick a topic.
This is great.
All right. We'll have you
Okay.
guys back again. It was really fun. I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
We do like new perspectives. So
We
if there is
do.
a good topic that you guys think that would be interesting to have someone old like Doc, commenting on, then we'll do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And Cerebro said, or
Cerebral?
Calabero, sorry. Calabero
Calabero.
said that was great, guys. Thank you, Calabero.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And he's not from Israel too, so we
Yeah.
meet people. It's an international community.
So we
Yeah,
got
in
UK, we
the
got
metaverse.
Canada, we got
Israel.
Ireland, we got
Yeah.
Ireland, Israel.
Yeah,
Ooh,
all over the
My
place.
mom's in Arizona.
We got a
That's
lot
a
of
whole
Jersey.
different world.
We got too much Jersey. By
Yeah,
the way.
we
We're
got
done,
a lot of
we're
Jersey.
done with Jersey,
lot
people.
of Jersey.
Done with
Howdy.
Jersey.
If we can just really, cap off on the Jersey side, if we can get
East
some other.
Coast.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're done.
No, thanks, guys. We totally appreciate you again. Don't log off yet. Just stay tight. And I'll close us out in prayer.
Okay.
All right. Is anybody else? Doc, you got anything? Is that it?
Nope.
All right.
I think I'm good. And ladies, you don't have to do the prayer thing. It's just us, me, I'm a mess. So I try to get stabilized some way, somehow, and these guys help me.
He is a mess.
We need Jesus. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank
Oh.
you, God. I just thank you for this podcast. I thank you for this team. I thank you for our special guests today, God. Both of them coming in and giving their perspective. It was amazing having them here, God. We just love you and ask you to bless this podcast in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
We thank everyone. Love all of you. Again, like, subscribe, and share, please. And please go to our Patreon and
Did
help
what?
us out. What? I didn't put it up.
You-
All right. We're done.
do
All
what?
right. Later, guys. Oh, wait. One
What?
more. Honey Bear said, please join us. Oh, here we go. Last one. Please join us at 7 p.m. Eastern. Honey Bear Catherine's Haven. Topic
Friday.
to be determined. She's still working on the
In
topic.
Horizon
In
World.
Horizon
you
Worlds
wanna
on the
be-
headset. And you can
Okay,
watch it
fine.
on
Okay.
Facebook. And you
Last
can
thing I
watch it
gotta
on
say
Oh,
then.
Yeah.
Last thing I gotta say then, because she brought this up, she had a podcast that does age matter like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I wasn't
Okay.
there, but someone said something in the last podcast that she did, and they mentioned age briefly. And I thought I had a discussion with my daughter about this, with my son's
My daughter.
girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And I thought, let's do one. I didn't mean to. It feels like I was copying her whole theme there. I just want to apologize. It wasn't like that. But
You
anyway.
apologize for
apologize for?
copying. It's a
No,
good
because it
topic.
felt like I was just
Apologize.
copying. I was just copying it
So
over.
you're guilty. You steal people's stuff.
I know.
I don't feel guilty.
That's messed up. You just
Why you steal
piggybacking off
you
her
stole her
podcast.
ID?
That
So you
was
got
her
us doing a
podcast.
show that you just stole from
Now
Catherine.
you feel guilty about it. Now
Butterscotch.
Now you feel-
Butterscotch. I'm
shame is
drinking butterscotch.
yeah. Shame
I'm
is
Stop
getting the
stealing
best of
people's
you.
shows, man.
Oh.
All right.
Stop stealing.
Bye, everybody.
Don't-
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
Bye.
for-
Honey Bear said
Don't
no
steal from
worries.
Catherine.
And
All
Brendan
right.
said
Yourself.
amen. All right. Bye,
Amen.
guys.
All right. Bye.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, don't log out.
Ridiculous.
I know.
Oh, I hope-
Ridiculous.
I hope I don't.
Audio Jungle.